We have a segment on this show where we talk about our guest's hometown. And today we are joined by Kearny, New Jersey's own Kelly McInerney. Let's talk about it.
Thanks.
Did I say it correctly?
No, it's Kearny, like
Kearny.
carnival folk.
You're from Kizarn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's Kearny. All right. You know, I usually try to like figure some stuff out about the town, and in this case, I just found out who Kearny was.
Yeah.
Which is there's like a statue in the middle of the town of
in front of the post office. Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Do they tell you about General Kearny at all when you're growing up?
No, I just know that his name is General Kearny.
Yeah.
But that's kind of it.
So he's a fascinating guy. Philip Kearny. He was a brigadier general in the Civil War, but he also fought in the Mexican War. And basically, he was a guy who would always just ride ahead of the troops, like, yeah, let's go see what's going on.
Hell yeah.
And in the Mexican-American War, he ended up in front of a bunch of Mexican soldiers, was like, oh shit, and tried to turn around, and they shot his arm off.
Good.
Nice.
Also, his father is one of the founders of the New York Stock Exchange, I found out. So, rich kid, very rich kid.
Okay.
And
You gotta respect a rich kid that gets his arm shot off by Mexicans.
yeah, well,
Most of them take the easy route.
Yeah.
well, he later became known as the One-Armed Devil. So
Nice.
that was his nickname. But my favorite thing I found after the war was over, they tried to give him some like desk job essentially, and he says, "Am I to spend my military career as a highly placed flunky looking at floral decorations in banquet rooms, escorting visiting boors, and dancing with the ugly wives and daughters of foreign diplomats?" And then he quit the army. So after saying that, so he's kind of cool, even though he's a classic Nepo baby with his dad founding the New York Stock Exchange and whatever, and that's how he got into to train in France, which is where he
should
did
have
his
just tried to
military
be an
training.
actor or something.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Probably wasn't. Was Hollywood made back then?
no,
Was there
we're-
Hollywood back then?
no, there wasn't movie cameras. Yeah, this is like the 1840s, 1850s.
Well, then he could have been an indie folk artist.
Yeah,
You know
there
what
we
I
go.
mean? He could have been the Maya Hawk of his day.
Well, he kind of did the equivalent of that just by going to France, but he was basically just there to fight Italians, where he was named Kearny le Magnifique. So Kearny the Magnificent, which
Yeah. I'm
just
sure a lot of other infantrymen were like rolling their eyes and like, fucking Nepo baby
He
shit.
fought Italians only to like have a town full of Italians
I know.
named after
yeah, exactly. But yeah, he comes. He's in France. He fucks himself up by riding a horse over a bridge made of rotten wood, and I guess he doesn't have an arm to catch him when he falls, so he gets real fucked up. And the lady he hires to take care of him ends up being his mistress, and his wife won't divorce him, so he's scandalous, right? He's living in sin in gay Paris, and the Civil War breaks out, and at that point he's like, sign me up, but because you know he's kind of A, he's got one arm, and B, they're like, this guy's kind of people will be talking if we hire him. And then the Union proceeds to get their fucking ass kicked at Bull Run, and they're like, all right, bring in anybody who knows what they're doing. And because he just had one arm, he would ride into battle with the reins of the horse in his teeth and in a saber in the other hand. That was his signature, and I'm like, does the statue depict that? Because we need that.
I wish.
Does he
That
have-
seems some badass. That makes me proud to be from Kearny.
Yeah, dude, he was awesome.
Hell yeah, dude.
And he hated General McClellan, which is awesome. He would always disobey his orders, which fucking rules, because McClellan's a fucking moron. And then in 1862 at the Battle of Chantilly, it's a giant thunderstorm, and he's like, literally, it's a rerun of what happened in Mexico, where he's just like, I'm gonna go ahead, and then he sees a bunch of Confederates, and he's like, uh-oh, and he turns to ride, and he's getting in that position where his ass is facing them, and he dies getting shot through the ass into his heart. So
There's been a lot of hearts broken. that
yeah,
way.
I know.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that's
What a way to go.
is that a thin guy? I guess is it like straight through his ass?
Yeah, so you have to
Did it
imagine.
go through one of his balls or
Yeah,
something?
no, it went through his like butt cheek.
His butt cheek.
Like, you know how Forrest Gump got shot in the ass? It's
right.
like,
but it like went clear through his ass cheek.
Right, because he's on a saddle, he's like this, right? So his entire ass is facing the people with the guns, and the angle that he's at, they just shot him like through the ass, and it went up through his guts into his heart.
Oh,
So that's
my
how he died.
God.
And after he died, they stripped him naked because at this point the Confederacy didn't have any coats or pants to wear.
And that's actually the statue.
They,
Dick out. Right before you mail a letter to Santa, you see that big old
Yeah.
Oh my
People hang
God.
the Christmas wreath on it,
Yeah,
fully torqued.
birds shitting on it.
That's why it's white, not from the jizz.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
bird shit.
Yeah. You can fit 17 pigeons on that dongus.
So if you're really into the stock market, you need to take
Yeah.
a good look.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they take all his clothes. But Robert E. Lee knew him from Mexico and was like, guys, put his clothes back on. Like, this is fucked up. And I was just like, I get in the heat of battle, it's like, take his shit. Like, especially because he had nice clothes and then they didn't. But imagine putting the clothes back on. You're like, oh.
General's a dickhead.
Yeah.
To be fair,
fucking-
I didn't need a one-arm jacket.
I did assume they were just covered in blood and
Yeah, right.
holes.
Oh, this happened all the time in the Civil War because the Confederacy was so ill-equipped. Like, anytime they kill people, they would just take their clothes. Happened all the time. But yeah, Robert E. Lee made him send the body back over to the Union line, so he did get a proper burial. Originally in New York, and now he's in Arlington Cemetery.
Oh, okay.
Right nearby. I think he's pretty close to old JFK there. So anyway.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so that's the one thing I found out about Kearny. But just, I was like, am I going to include this? Then I found out he died by getting shot in the ass. And I was like, well, got to talk
Generals
Pretty
don't
fun.
get killed in battle anymore. It's
about that. Right,
really
unless they're
unfortunate.
maniacs. Yeah,
Unless you aren't American, then you might get killed in battle.
the last thing he was recorded saying to his troops is he said, "The rebel bullet that can kill me has not yet been molded." And then he ran off into a thunderstorm and then came back ass dead.
With
So-
the rebel bullet in his butthole.
They formed one since he said that.
Yes, they turned out they did. Yes. So anyway,
Jesus.
but yeah, that's Kearny. Let's talk about the town though. So
Yeah.
this is located. It's very close to New York City, right?
Yeah, it's like 20 minutes from Manhattan.
Yeah.
Kind of
Okay.
deal. Yeah.
It's the filming location of the pork store from The Sopranos.
Yeah. Pizza Land in the beginning also.
Oh, yeah. This is like heavy Sopranos territory.
Yeah.
So when I started looking up things about it, I was like, oh yeah, this actually looks very familiar.
We're so proud of that meat market that when it was done filming, they knocked it down and then put a apartment complex called The Soprano.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
shit.
knocked down now, though, too. Now it's just Irish Pub. I think that's what it's called. Like, it's not even a name of a pub.
It's just Irish pub.
Yeah.
Well, that's like across the street. They used to have the Cha Cha Cha, that Mexican Caribbean place.
Yeah.
They tore that down, and then like in the lobby of the fucking soulless condo that nobody lives in, they have like kind of, I think it says Cha 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 on the walls of the lobby, and you're like, fuck off, dude. Yeah. That's
Pizza
awesome.
Land
though.
has like a little picture of like Tony, I think, or like something in the window being like, "Yep, it
name's-
was here.
It's,
That's it."
it's actually James. Tony is
Yeah. James Gandolfini, but as Tony Soprano.
okay.
Yeah,
Right.
When they were filming that, like, did you have any interaction with them filming that
I
show?
was young, but you know what else was filmed there? Analyze That.
Oh shit!
Oh, man.
Hell yeah!
And that was filmed when I was like, I forget. It was before high school, and
So like mob guys getting in touch with their feelings runs deep.
apparently they used one of my schoolmates' houses as a place, and I heard Billy Crystal was an asshole, and Robert De Niro ruled.
Met clocks.
Yeah.
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 And I remember one time they were filming on the avenue because there's also some bar that they use for Sopranos and this, and I got Harold Ramis's autograph because I knew
awesome.
I was young enough where I'm like, that's the Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
That's
Egon,
Egon.
dude.
Yeah, but I lost that autograph.
Oh shit!
Aw.
But yeah, that was pretty cool. But I don't know. And also Jersey Boys filmed there, but I was living in LA then.
Oh, okay.
But all my family was like, oh, I saw Clint Eastwood.
Hell yeah! Okay.
So that's kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those spots where I started looking up. I was like, man, there's a lot of shit that got filmed here. So that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Well, yeah, let's go into the questions. Question 1: what was the incident?
The only thing I could think of, and it's not Kearny, because I didn't go to Kearny High. I went to High Tech High in North Bergen, which was an arts and science school. You had to be accepted, but it was free No, we were dumb people. Just to the fourth year we had to take a science. It was called Science or Poets, and we watched Rosemary's Baby and wrote a poem on it.
For science?
Yeah, I'm very stupid.
That's amazing.
But apparently, allegedly, I guess when I left, like the year after, I guess I left, somebody, one of the teachers, I guess had relations with one of the girls.
Oh boy.
So that's an incident I found.
That's an
Mr.
incident.
Jefferson.
Yeah.
Found out his name. I think it was like a social studies teacher that I didn't have. And I was like, oh, weird.
Yeah.
Not
Good,
even
yeah.
a hottie that you remember, you know? Like,
Right. Hey, that guy?
he's an old man.
Yeah. What is
Gross.
Jesus
We also
Christ.
had a stand-up comic teacher named Nardiello. I don't know if you guys know Vincent Nardi. I don't know.
No.
Oh, he's like still a stand-up?
I don't know if he is now, but back in the day, he was like a touring cop. We called him Nard. That was
Nard.
Nard dog?
Wow.
Yeah.
Look up his comedy right now.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Vincent Nardiello, or maybe Vinny Nardiello. I feel like he would go by Vinny.
Yeah, he might be a Vinny.
But that's the only thing. Nothing really crazy or salacious that I remember. Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, local legend.
Oh, so another thing about Kearny is apparently it's called Soccer Town, USA.
It is. Yeah, because I was looking at notable people from Kearny and I was like, these are all soccer players.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about soccer.
So I guess we get a lot of soccer players. I don't remember any specific ones. I did try and do soccer. Not good. I got one goal in. I didn't get it in. The opposite team got their own goal in, and I was standing near there.
Look, that's
Got my name in the paper.
I was going to say, you go run up and claim that.
yeah, I was
absolutely.
gonna say, that's the closest anybody's ever come to making soccer exciting.
So no legends I know of, but yeah.
Okay. Number 3, worst bar.
Honestly, take your pick. There's really not any. They're all named after like counties in Ireland, like Donegal. There's one, not county, but all Irish things. And there's like Riley's, O'Neill's was. I don't know. They're all kind of weird. They're all bad because all the people that go there now are just people that decided to stay in Kearny. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
A lot of Irish pubs, huh?
Is
Yeah,
this-
even though it's mostly. No.
Okay, he might be dead. There's a lot of people with a
wasn't-
similar name that are dead.
He wasn't that old, but
Okay.
I don't know. I'll try and look him
Well,
up.
maybe he quit like a loser.
Yeah. It just hasn't grown, Kearny. So it's like not like we just recently got a Target like last year.
Uh-huh.
So it's not a cool town to like go to Hoboken or so. Like you don't want to stay in this shithole.
So is that like the nearest like kind of
Would people go to Hoboken
bigger-
to go to Target or something like that? Or
well, like Clifton is close. That's the nice Target nearby. I don't know.
okay.
But yeah, Hoboken, Jersey City. Those are the cool like. Kearny is like forgotten about because it's just like now it has a crazy Walmart too, and like really wackadoos go to that Walmart. You know those cars that have all the shit on there, like action figures glued onto their cars.
Art cars, they
Yeah.
call them. Yeah.
We got a lot of those around here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the Star Wars one around the corner?
No.
It's decked out with all sorts of like Imperial Trooper gear.
Fucking nerd, dude. Get a life.
I want to see the person who drives it so bad.
I've just seen
Probably
the
a virgin.
yeah.
I've just seen the guy whose car is like covered in rhinestones.
you guys said, walk me to my car and I get in the Star Wars mobile. It's like, it's good. It's a good pocket.
I've just seen the guy whose car is covered in like mirrored rhinestones, the whole thing, and of like all different colors, like beads and just shit. But then the disturbing thing is he has about 7 prayer candles super glued to the dashboard. So while he's driving, there's just open flames in the car.
Oh, they're lit.
Yeah. I'll put a picture of it up on
God.
Twitter. I saw it a couple nights ago. I was like, oh, that's a fucking bad idea.
No?
I remember there was a guy that used to come to our school, and his name was Happy Hal. I don't know if you remember. You know of whom I speak?
No, we also have a guy named Happy who was like a town wanderer.
He was a guy who lived right next to the elementary school,
Uh-huh.
and he had a car that had 2 pistols on it.
But he was happy.
He's
so
happy, so
Yeah,
no threat there.
They're good pistols.
They were good loaded pistols.
Wait, what do you mean on it? Like just like attached to it?
Like on the two headlights atop them,
Fuck yeah.
like Road Warrior style.
Yeah.
Jump across the hood of the car and use them in a case.
Whoa.
Which I wouldn't think Happy would do. He was quite old.
Yeah.
But everyone loved Happy Hal's gun car that he would show all the children.
Yeah, we have a town wanderer. I think he's still around, who goes by Happy. And the legend growing up was, he's kind of an eccentric, as you would say. And the town legend growing
Murdered
up,
50 men.
well, no, the legend growing up was like this guy. He used to be the smartest man in town, and then in the '60s he took acid and fell off the Coliseum, and now he's like this. And then meanwhile he's just glug 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 glug. They're like, no,
He don't mean no harm.
right. Yeah, but that was like when we were growing up.
You can
that
get
was
exposed to this psycho every day, but it's like no R-rated movies.
Yeah. yeah. Don't get into too much trouble.
Yeah, don't listen to nothing with that parental advisory sticker on it.
Yeah. I'm sure I've mentioned this. There was another guy named Cannon who used to wander around, and Cannon claimed that that he wrote Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Nice.
He did a good job.
I know.
I was gonna say, was he half asleep?
Better than the
Yeah.
second one.
In hindsight, it makes sense. And then the second, that he would be starring in the upcoming Superman, and that, I quote, "the red suit is being made as we speak."
Cavill beat him out for it, huh?
Yeah. And this guy was, 300 pounds and bald. So we were all like, cool, man.
Henry Cavill had to do that too, but then he
Yeah.
went for a more conventional Superman look.
Yeah. That's
He
how
actually looks like that. They just CGI him to look
Yeah.
just like the mustache.
Just like the mustache. They also
In Mission Impossible too, he
Yeah.
looks exactly like Butterbean, but they CGI him to look like Superman. Some guys have all the luck.
Question 4: best local food.
Fish and chips is a big thing there.
Is it?
Yeah, the Thistle is a thing, which is also like the best soccer team because they were all under like what their sponsors were. Mine was Condon Funeral Home.
Oh, sure. Hey, we'll fucking bury you. Forget about it. Yeah.
But be bad. Like we will be buried because we were bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, fish and chips is pretty popular. You guys know it. It's
What's the Italian food situation?
there is lots of good Italian. Oh yeah, pizza everywhere.
Sure.
That's the one thing I miss is just like we could just get a big pizza pie for like $12.
Yeah, hell
versus
yeah.
like weird artisanal pizza.
Experimental
For like
California
$30.
dog shit.
Yeah, cauliflower crust.
Yeah.
I stick to
Barbecue
Domino's
pesto.
out here. It's a close.
Hey.
But there's like this one like Arlington Diner. It's just pizza and eggplant parm and like wine, but
Yeah.
it's in a shopping center.
Oh yeah.
Like
So
by Dunkin' Donuts.
I
and
love
a
those
grocery
places.
store. Yeah.
that's always the best.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is for some reason when food makes it out to the West Coast, people are like, "Let's fuck with it."
Let's make it healthy though.
Yeah, or just like weird. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Well, they just want to use like the local ingredients and stuff, and some stuff it's like no, use whatever
Yeah.
canned tomato sauce they're using
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
East Coast.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, for Tennessee hot chicken, it turns out all you need is a shit ton of spice and fried chicken, so
Right.
you can recreate that.
How do any of those places stay open? And they open up all the time. There's a new Nashville hot chicken place all the fucking
It's
time.
like the new thing, right?
Those places and escape rooms are like my guy. It's like this was a 5 years ago trend. Like this is not a sustainable business model. Like
Yeah. I
this
just
shit is
remember-
going to turn into a vape shop
But
like tomorrow.
my cabbage slaw totally different.
It's like you're about to be selling kratom. Like,
Yeah. No, I just remember when I first got out here, there was a place on Hollywood Boulevard and I want to say Sycamore, like right next to the Walk of Fame and shit, called Soul. And I remember looking at their fried chicken had Parmesan in the breading. I was like, stop what you're doing and kill yourself.
you try it though, and you're like,
It sounds good to me.
No, this is wrong.
I love cheese
I mean,
though.
calling that soul food is a.
That's what I mean.
embarrassment.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it probably is okay.
Whatever. I'm just like, don't
Yeah.
call that soul food, please.
Yeah.
but then I go back home and I have the Mexican food, and I'm like, this doesn't touch LA shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Number 5, local ghosts or monsters. They shot me in the ass.
Yeah.
I wish he was haunted. I hope he haunts the post.
Ow! Ow!
The only thing I could think of is the Jersey Devil, but that's like down the shore. But
Right.
my grandpa would always threaten me with it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. See, this is what I love. Yeah.
Be like, if you don't go to sleep, the Jersey Devil will wake you. I'm like,
What is the Jersey Devil? I hear about it. I don't even understand what the fuck it is.
some weird creature that lives in the Pine Barrens, which is like not down the shore, but like on the way.
Yeah.
There's some woods, I guess.
Setting up the best Sopranos episode.
Yes, they get lost.
Which I believe is called the Pine Barrens.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
No, it's got like a horse's head, and then it's got like a goat's hooves, and then it's got giant like dragon wings.
Yeah, it just looks like a devil kind of deal.
I mean, that team's named after him, right?
Yes, the
hockey
Jersey
team.
Yeah, the hockey team is very much named for the New Jersey
they're
Devils.
Just like, it looks kind of like a giraffe, but with wings.
Yeah, that doesn't look that scary. I'm going to be honest.
I'd be pretty freaked out if that was coming for me.
Somebody also drew this one, and I'm like, I feel like this is just an elf. But
Oh yeah,
That's a friendly
think
little guy.
that's
That's like
a-
a cereal. That guy sells cereal.
There's
That's
a video game for PlayStation called Jersey Devil, and it was kind of just like a Crash Bandicoot ripoff.
Really?
He kind of looked like Batman, I guess. A little bit.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the most disappointing episodes of the X-Files early on was, it's like, oh, Jersey Devils.
Yeah.
And then they just turn out to be like Bigfoots kind of, and they're like invading the city, and you're like, man, come on, fucking there's already existing lore here, man.
that's kind of what they say, though. Like, that's like spotted like same type of Bigfoot sightings, but the
Right.
East Coast version.
Right, yeah.
Tinier and angrier.
Yeah, well, because the original like legend is that it like a lady was giving birth to the devil, and it like flew out of her and then up the flue of a chimney, so it can't be that big.
And going with the Rosemary's Baby
Yeah.
theme of earlier.
You didn't learn this in physics for poets or whatever.
I was gonna say, what did the poem had to have "Hail Satan" in it? At least one, at least one line.
I wish I remembered my poem, but yeah, we ended up showing up to that class, and he would find us in the hallways, and is like, the final is whatever you want on Natalie Portman. Mr. Marchese allegedly went backwards in the Lincoln Tunnel, believed in aliens.
What?
Wow.
I like it.
When can you? There's not a time in which you can go backwards in the Lincoln Tunnel.
But
That's
that
what
was,
makes it so special.
I love
It's
it.
like, I don't know if you've seen the film Men in Black. But, if
People-
you fly on the top of the tunnel.
I was gonna say, people asked me where I was on 9/11. Just driving backwards through the Lincoln Tunnel because I could.
that's my local legend, Mr. Marchese.
There we go.
There
Hell
you
yeah. Fuck yeah. And last one, favorite thing that's not there anymore.
I mean, aside from that meat market in the Soprano building, we used to have like a movie theater. That was our thing, like growing up on like Friday nights when you're 7th grade or whatever. Walk to the movie theater, go see a movie.
Right.
Sure.
Lincoln Theater. Now it's not. Now it is there, but it's closed and it looks very sad. It
Aw.
still says like I think Mission Impossible. Something is on there still, like, and some animated film, and I'm like, man, Inside Out or something is on.
Oh,
the
wow.
marquee is still
So that's
frozen.
probably like Ghost Protocol or like one of the early
Yeah.
2010s ones.
No. Inside Out, I think I was already here.
That was 2009 or like
Inside Out?
Inside Out. Yeah.
I think it was like 2000.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna go
like-
like 13.
2010s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then what Mission Impossible movie would it be then?
It might be Ghost Protocol. Okay, Inside Out's 2015. So
Okay, so it
this
was
would be
like
Rogue Nation.
It's Rogue Nation.
There
yes,
we
Rogue
go.
Nation.
Hey
Okay.
now,
Yeah.
we figured it out.
job.
did it. Yay.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking because if it was the one after Rogue Nation, I was like, oh my god, Movie Pass killed your movie theater because that is the
Oh, wow.
whatever that next Mission Impossible is after Rogue Nation. That's the one that was the last Movie Pass thing that I
Yeah.
was able to see before it died.
Well, Kelly, what was your favorite movie you saw there?
Oh, there
if
we
you
go.
can recall.
I made my brother see Freddy Got Fingered with me.
Fuck yeah,
I'll never forget that.
Daddy, Gord.
Dad, you would
pretty
you like some
fun.
sausage?
Oh yeah.
One time, also, another fond memory of that theater is I used to, like, when you're a little kid, you snoop a lot. And I would snoop in my parents' bedroom. And one time, I found condoms by my dad's. And I was like, what is this? And I brought it to the movies, and I opened it in the bathroom, and I just tied it around the sink and left.
Did you turn the sink on?
Yeah, I was just a real dirtbag.
Whoa.
I don't know why. I was like to my friends, like, this is cool, right? I don't know. We were like 11.
It's like this reservoir tip has some give on it. This is still going.
I was like, why is this oily already? I don't understand.
Amazing.
Oh fuck yeah.
If you guys follow Tom Green on social media, he can't post a single thing without somebody being like, Daddy, would you like some sausages in the comment? Everything, no matter what he posts, someone will comment that.
I mean, as mild mannered as he is now, it's like that's what you imprinted on our brains
Yeah,
when we
man.
were kids. Sorry,
now,
dude.
Now he lives on a farm with some horses and plays acoustic guitar on TikTok Live.
Well, I hope he's making some money because seems like an alright.
And it should be
Yeah.
noted, after basically starting the online video podcast thing, you know.
And
yeah.
starting modern comedy.
Yeah, I mean that too. Twice, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, first with his show, and then being like, "I'm going to do a show from my house."
Yeah.
You know what I
Now
mean?
There's just an entire genre of people doing Tom Green style pranks
Yeah.
on YouTube and
Yeah.
shit.
So
Absolutely.
funny.
And Jackass ripped him off so hard.
Yeah.
They went grosser. That's why.
They did a couple things that were exactly the same
Yeah.
as he did.
Yeah.
They did
Yeah.
like the scuba diver and the public fountain thing. And
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
couple things that they just directly did that was
Yeah.
just like, oh yeah, you guys
Yeah.
were influenced, quote unquote.
Sure.
My favorite is just when he just lied in the middle of a sidewalk.
Planking invented that.
Yeah, just for like, and with a trench coat on. He just lied down and then just would film people just like come and ask him if he's okay, and
Yeah.
then he just got up and walked away.
Yeah. So remember earlier in the episode when I told you about, we would put a bunch of cookies and bullshit in our mouth and
Yeah.
directly influenced by Tom Green. And then we did that too. We would just lay down on the sidewalk and just make people step over you. It's fucking hilarious.
The best.
Yeah.
Even Bam torturing Phil is so direct, is
Yeah.
straight from Tom Green.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Richard and Mary Jane Green.
Petting zoo and
What,
Yeah.
what is it? The Richard and Mary Jane Green, "Where's my dinner, bitch" statues.
Yeah, and then the dad breaks it.
Yeah.
He's like, I made this for you.
You cannot find that online.
Slutmobile.
Tom Green
No?
has spent money to make sure that that is not anywhere
So
online.
crazy.
Oh,
Because
man.
probably because his parents.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they were pissed about it. And, I mean,
The lesbian mobile's still around.
Yeah, the
there.
Slutmobile. Yeah.
Slutmobile.
that's a classic. That's an
It was
absolute
so
classic.
funny.
It's, if I'm not mistaken, it's like mounted on the wall behind his desk in his office, because I remember they would he was showing it like on some Instagram thing.
Now's
I
his
think.
chance. Now's his chance to become America's sweetheart because nobody likes Drew Barrymore anymore.
Oh yeah! Oh
gonna
man!
say-
Back.
That someone had some meme where it was like a picture of them two, and it
Yeah.
was like, if you were to tell me which one of these people in 2023 would cancel it, I would not have guessed. Like,
Damn. Well, that is a tour of Kelly McInerney's Kearny, New Jersey.